Welcome back, guys. Uh, uh, this is ID card, and this is what how the weekly is looking now. At least we're still holding the bearish momentum that we wanted to see, because we want to sell this pair. And that's to sell. It's just, I don't know why it's still delaying. If you look at the 4 and daily time frame. Price was supposed to sell just the moment it broke below this level. You see, on a Monday. All we needed was a pullback and price to continue selling. Mm, but price seemed to have other plans, and we did other things. Right? So what do we do? Uh, lower low, lower high. Price came back here. Yeah, so this is the retest, but the problem is we're supposed to shift and it didn't shift. Now this is where we are. And I can't really say anything compared to this point here where I can say, okay, this was a lower low, lower high. Here there's nothing going on. This is still my higher low, and this is still my higher high. That's all. Okay. So for me to sell, I need price to either make a nice higher low and a higher high, and to shift it. But today it stays dead. If this happens, then it means we might not have a trade. For price to just shift and retest, that's almost a day and a half. Okay. No. But what we know is price can also do one other thing. Make another structure point here, and then break below the 4 lower low, and then test and give us an engulfing, and then we can sell. Mm. The only thing is, I don't get why price is struggling to do such things at the level where it's supposed to do it. But when you look at these levels where you expect price not to do such things, that's where now price is respecting. You see, price breaks below. This is why you know that price is almost shifting at this level, and you abstain from this trade, right? But you see what will happen. This is where you know that price is almost shifting. Ah, I've done that too. You see, this is why you know that price is almost shifting. Yeah, and why is not giving me the card I'm looking for? How is it that I can see rotation being saved? One center. Okay, so this is where I expecting price to shift. So now you see the crazy thing is where you want price to do the actual normal thing to buy from, which is here. Price does nothing. But the point where you expect price might even go more bearish. So you try to hold your buy. That's where you now see price doing the exact thing you want on point. On point, my peoples. On point. And price keeps on buying. Now, you see? But you can see how price is struggling to do the same thing at this same level. Where it's supposed to do it, the best place is supposed to do it. But then you see when it comes back at this level here, where I know, yeah, yeah, here, this same place here, where I know it's not, no, this one. Uh-huh. You can see that if it failed to do that, but when price, maybe, and in case where I came back here, that's where, and when, let's say, the weekly closes at this level, whereby it doesn't take out this low, but near taking it out. And then here, that's where you now see the shift you wanted to happen at this point. I said, that's the only thing I'm trying to understand why price is all of a sudden moving like that. Well, this is a very nice spot to sell from, you know? But I don't understand how it's still just failing to do the simplest move. Mhm. Already it started nicely, but you don't know why. You question why it's rejecting. Because in the daily time frame, this entry has already been executed. Yeah. And this is the take profit in the daily time frame based off the retest of this level. So this means that we're still waiting to see if price will sell. The daily time frame is just almost it's just playing at its entry level. Mm, right. So these are the things you find me questioning. Trying to understand why price is moving in this way. GBP USD, the daily went bullish. So very unfortunate. The pair I wanted to sell so bad. Yes, the daily is still the weekly is still bearish. But the daily is bullish. So even this pair is going. So I only have one pair. So I expect my videos to be a bit shorter these 2 days. Maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Because I'll just be talking about one pair. Yeah. Uh, the next is ADJPY. I was planning on buying here, priced into that. EURCHF price broke above the daily. We tested it, now it wants to buy more. Uh, so I don't know. GPP card, look at this. Price gives us hope of having a very nice retest, not even a 1 hour shift. Is it? Not even a 1 hour shift at all. Price just starts buying again. GPAD. So you see what happens now? This is GPAD, right? I tried to do the same thing I was planning on doing in no, the thing that happened in GPUSD, the price shifted when it was about to sell. So I was saying, okay, let's see if the same thing can happen here. You see? But you see what happens now? Price ends up buying instead of selling. You see? That's how the markets move. They are so tricky. You'd think, okay, now it's okay, I can be selling when price or buying when price is about to shift. At the OG level, that might lead to a shift. Price will disappoint you. See what it has done now? It's buying. And it trick people by making the daily go bearish a bit, but then later on it buys. You see? Oh, and the 4 hour is now bullish. Uh, so NZD card, you can clearly see that next week we'll be buying this pair. Mm, USDCHF. I want to see if price closes above or below. This one, you see after the close. USD card price is still retesting to this zone. These need a lot of waiting. A lot of waiting. This finally, Euro USD price broke above. So we can get the retest now. This, look at this price, man. And USD. You see how price breaks above here. And so that's it for this session. I'll see you in the next. Welcome back, guys. So this is to and as usual, just for today and tomorrow, I only have this pair. So we can try to do a quick video, maybe just for 10 minutes and talk about this video, this pair, because all these they're out of my line. They're all far from what I wanted. Uh, so AUD card, it's still the same analysis. But what I like so far, mm, is this kind of resistance price is kind of making. Uh, this is giving me hope that price can, yes, it can break above, but price can at least break below. And then we can have this pivot. You see? Remember, my main point and my main goal is this level here. You see? So my target is that with this kind of price action, I wouldn't want price to make a higher low and a new higher high. Because this means that yes, it might shift the same day, but then I will be risking my own daily structure. You see? Because I really need the daily that is bearish today. So I would really want this to close bearish. Okay, but even if it closes bullish, yeah, we might get the next day candle that might be bearish, but it's a bit risky because um, if you look at this, if you look at this, this is a morning star. And what does a morning star mean? Price is likely to buy. So that gives us a bit of uh, question. So that's why I would want a daily push that is bearish and price to engulf this level, you see? Because if the fall engulfs this level, at least it's showing me that the daily wants to break below this previous daily bullish push, you see? And if I get that bullish push, uh, it's all I need in a form of price breaking below, because if it breaks below this resistance, there's a high chance we'll get that retest, you see? So since when it shifts here, there's also a very high chance that price will come back here and then give us oh, give us a retest. You see? And then we can try to do something from this level. That's the only way I can see myself taking this. Yeah. If this doesn't happen, then because the bad part again is even if the line chart shows me that there's a shift there, uh, the back end is not supporting me. Candlestick is not supporting the trend. So unless if there was a proper pivot and price breaks above, then we can have a hope that is risky though, but if price to break below and we test, then we can also participate in this sell. You see? But the thing is, the cover up is price won't take out this morning star bullish tape candle. Is it? So meaning if price wants to make this pivot, it means that the daily time frame will have a bullish decision candle. See? And when we get this shift, then when we get this indecision candle, we can have a bearish engulfing. At least this makes sense. That's if price breaks above and then down breaks below and sells, okay? Because that's all we need. Um, uh, Let me try to check if there's news and for Canadian dollar. Yeah, if we can expect any momentum. Well, we only had the only news we had was GDP monthly, which was high. So I'm sure this maybe has led this pair to buy more. And 2 a.m. candle. It's 2 a.m. This is Thursday. I actually didn't do anything. This no, I didn't do anything. Um, but anyway, so this is what we can expect from this pair. It's really a very nice trade. It just needs a bit of polishing. Whether we get the shift from this level or we get the high in a shift at this point. But my safest zone would be price at least not to go beyond this level. Is this new high and then new high low. Okay. Uh, I think that's it. Let's see. What's the store? Let's see. I have NZD, USD. How dramatic this pair ended up being. We are now bullish. So though the weekly is bearish, but the daily is not bullish. This one, maybe test. This one, no. That's us. This one, uh, daily. So, all of these pairs just went the other way. Uh, and I think that's it. What is slow wait time? But we still show up. Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later around 4 p.m. Come back, guys. Okay. So I found I was just going through some of these pairs upon this new obsession. and I've tried to gather up some that we can monitor while we wait for next week. Okay. Yeah, so we can just monitor them just for today and tomorrow. Okay. Then we can take it from there. Okay. Mhm. So yeah, right now it's New York session. You can see it's 9:38. So now it's officially open. Uh, Look in the 50 minutes. This is when prices now has started moving the direction it tends to go there. So this is yeah, so it's soon it's like market has officially opened, especially for pairs like Nasdaq. You can see these huge spikes just in 8 minutes. Same with this one, you can see. Well, this is when prices has been and most people just uh, do uh, sometimes just try to yeah, yes, that's what they are showing you like, uh, the lowest point, not the highest point, and then you can take it from there. So in this case, I know just what we wanted to do. So I have against movies simply traded uh, past uh, 2 months. No, not 2 months, 1 month. Yes. Okay. But I think only 22nd of July will be 2 months. Okay. So this means that at this point, uh, this, this just accounts active. It's fine. Sell, which, right? So, it's not achieved control. So, as you can see, just a piece of bread, not a cheese. So the daily is kind of based on this level that I've been working for. So it gave me some amount of price can come back here and we can buy next week. Uh, then the next is Euro USD. We finally broke above this news. So I also got some amount that price can actually continue buying. Same with GPUSD. Since we are now also bullish with daily, when we are away from this level, we can kind of take advantage of this test. Same with NZD card because prices will be bullish now. We can actually catch a buy here. AUDJPY. Since the trade will be bullish next week, everything will be bullish. You can catch a buy here. AUDNZD, you can catch a sell there. NZD USD, can wait for a shift and retest to sell. Uh, so that's my own setup. And then the actual trade for today, you can see that we are moving in quite all right currently. Price has rejected breaking above this level. And as you can see, the 4 time frame, um, 4 time frame as I don't know. Uh, 4 time frame can finally broke the outside of this level. See? So since we finally broke outside of this level, we can clearly see that there is really now a chance. But before that chance, I need price to make another kind of pivot, then it breaks, you see? Mhm. So once it breaks below here, I'll just be left with waiting for price come back at this point and retest. You see? If this doesn't happen and price just breaks below like this, then my chances for price to test back here and then engulf, and then we can place our entry and rely on this resistance here. Okay, so this is not bad, but technically I would prefer this kind of approach. Okay, but you already know what the market does. Just gives you anything. So I think that's it for now. And I'll see you guys. See you guys tomorrow. No, that's okay. I'll see you at 8 p.m. Mhm. Then we can continue. Okay. Uh, yeah. But for now, process. Okay, so uh, so Oh, let's look what price did. So you can see the price is following everything we've been intending, uh, expecting the market to do. Hmm? As you can see, I told you when we had this break, yeah, but now I need price to give me a pivot, and you can see we're having a pivot there, right? So what I want is the daily, the 4 hour to just close in this same way. Uh, so if tomorrow we can have a break, I'll, I'll know where to take my watch, myself, or okay? Because then my pivot will be this one. What am I doing? This one here. See? Meaning, uh, if price makes a lower, it's because of this push that was created at this point. See? So that means that price has to follow it. And then sell. Uh, so let's see. That's what I have. And that's why we kind of delayed to make the video because it's just one pair I'm looking at. So we'll see how things will turn out today. Uh, okay, I'll see you at 10 p.m. So let's have a close. So as you can also see, since the same thing, price is just playing around this level. You know what would be nice is if this can close in a doji, and then the next candle can be a 4 hour pullback, a 4 hour break, sorry. Okay. Because at this point, all I just want to see is price breaking below this level, given that if we test this point back again. Okay. That's the grand idea of all this. Okay. Uh let's see on the daily time frame. Uh on the daily time frame, it's not really a bad day, I can say. Not really a bad close. Uh we can just hope the next daily candle, which is Friday, it does something like this. Yeah, then when we see something like this, I'll be convinced that coming next week price will actually sell more, right? Uh, that's how I'm vision this. But we'll see how tomorrow plays out because tomorrow determines everything. Whether this will be a trade we enter or it will be another week without trading, right? Uh, but very confident that this same trade that doesn't look pure to begin with can be a very awarding trade in the end. So we just give it a chance and let it do what it's supposed to do. Because once this weekly closes below this OG level, in these zones here, just know that price will sell more. Okay? Right. Because all that's happening in the weekly time frame is price is breaking below, and then price is retesting, just retested outside a bit, but then it's trying to pull back inside, you see? So if price pulls back inside, this means that price will only have to have a pullback coming next week and then sell, you see? And if price breaks below this line here, this OG level, we now have to expect price to come back all the way here, you see? So our our checkpoints, we only have one checkpoint, which is this level. Okay? Meaning if we can have this weekly closing at this point, this would be very nice if the weekly can close at this point. Let me just do this so we can try to cover it up. Right? If we can have such a close, uh, this would mean the world to have in this trade. You see? Because then it will be easier for me to know that, okay, let me give this trade one more week and see if actually price breaks below this level. You see? Because if price breaks below this level, my next target then becomes which one? This level here. You see? So, and you can even be shocked this can happen in one more week. You see? So we just wait patiently. Why I'm expecting that can even happen in one more week is because of this build up here. When you see price kind of wasting time to go in direction that's clear, most of the time it's because it's just building momentum. Okay, it's building what you call liquidity or anything. Yeah, but if this price sells, it will sell massively. Okay. And again, if this price buys, it will buy massively. That's what the market really does. Okay. It moves in those lines. Uh, so I think that's it for today. Thank you for staying to the end. But this might be a short video, maybe 40 minutes or 30 minutes max. I don't know. Because we only have one pair to look at, so it's been more 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So yeah. But the important part is we finished the day by God's power. So I will release you guys and have a good night's sleep. Mm, and if you've reached this far, just keep going. Thank you.